This is what the narcissist never thought you would do, that makes them regret until they die. Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This powerful Stoic truth reminds us that no matter how deeply the scars of narcissistic abuse run, healing and growth are within your grasp. In today's video on Stoic in Your Life, we'll explore the cycle of narcissistic manipulation and reveal the transformative steps you can take to reclaim your freedom, self-worth, and peace of mind. Have you ever felt trapped in a relationship where manipulation and control dominated? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's start a conversation about how understanding Stoicism and breaking free from these cycles can lead to a happier, more resilient you. Don't forget to like and share this video with anyone who could use these insights on their journey to healing and empowerment. Recognizing and escaping narcissistic abuse. Number 1. Understanding narcissistic behavior. Understanding the nature of narcissistic behavior is the first step toward breaking free from its toxic grip and reclaiming your personal power. Narcissists, driven by an inflated sense of self-importance, constantly seek admiration and validation to bolster their fragile egos. They often appear charming and charismatic at first, drawing people into their orbit with a captivating presence that masks their true intentions. However, beneath this facade lies a manipulative core. Narcissists exploit others to fulfill their desires, treating people as mere tools for their gratification. This transactional approach to relationships, coupled with a profound lack of empathy, often leaves their victims feeling drained, used, and betrayed. Narcissists are masterful at avoiding accountability, instead deflecting blame and justifying their actions to maintain their sense of superiority. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts," reminding us that awareness is the first step to reclaiming our agency. Understanding these dynamics equips you to recognize manipulation, see through their deceit, and begin building boundaries that shield you from their influence, a critical element of modern Stoicism. The path to disarming a narcissist lies in actions they never anticipate, reclaiming your power through self-awareness, emotional resilience, and independence. Narcissists thrive when their victims remain dependent on their approval, but the moment you stop seeking validation from them, their control starts to crumble. This journey begins with recognizing your inherent worth, separate from any external affirmation. By practicing self-compassion and focusing on your growth, you undermine their ability to manipulate you. As Epictetus wisely observed, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In a world driven by modern Stoicism, learning to respond to their tactics with indifference rather than engagement robs them of the emotional fuel they crave. Developing emotional resilience empowers you to withstand their provocations and regain control over your emotional well-being, leaving them powerless. Another strategy narcissists never expect is for you to establish and enforce firm boundaries, a cornerstone of personal liberation. Boundaries signify that you value your well-being and refuse to tolerate manipulation or disrespect. Narcissists, who rely on crossing boundaries to maintain control, are often unprepared for assertiveness. Setting limits communicates that you are no longer an object for their exploitation, but a person deserving respect. The Stoic philosopher Seneca emphasized, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." This principle applies to narcissists' unending hunger for control. Denying them access to your life disrupts their sense of superiority. By consistently enforcing these boundaries, you send a clear message. You are no longer a participant in their games, which leaves them disoriented and unable to exploit you. Equally powerful is the act of detachment, removing yourself from the narcissist's sphere of influence both emotionally and physically. Detachment is not about apathy, but about choosing where to invest your energy. Narcissists often feed on drama and conflict. Disengaging denies them this satisfaction. This practice aligns with the Stoic ideal of focusing on what is within your control while letting go of what is not. As the Roman Stoic philosopher Epictetus advised, If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In this context, it means embracing the discomfort of change for the sake of your peace and growth. Walking away from a narcissist may provoke their ire, but it is the ultimate demonstration of self-respect and courage, ensuring they can no longer dictate your emotional state. Finally, transforming the experience of narcissistic abuse into an opportunity for growth is an outcome they could never predict. Stoicism teaches that adversity can be a powerful teacher. By reflecting on the lessons learned from such encounters, you can emerge stronger and more self-aware. This mindset shift transforms the pain inflicted by a narcissist into a source of empowerment. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This perspective not only aids in healing but also inoculates you against future manipulation, as you recognize your ability to overcome challenges and maintain inner tranquility. Defeating a narcissist is not about confrontation or revenge, but about reclaiming your autonomy, protecting your peace, and cultivating resilience. Modern Stoicism provides the tools to navigate these challenges with grace, turning adversity into an opportunity for personal transformation. By focusing on self-awareness, setting boundaries, practicing detachment, and embracing growth, you break free from the narcissist's hold and create a life rooted in strength and serenity. This is the ultimate triumph, one that leaves them regretting their inability to control you as you move forward with clarity, dignity, and freedom. Number 2. The cycle of narcissistic abuse. The cycle of narcissistic abuse is like being trapped on a relentless emotional roller coaster, one where the highs are dazzling, but the lows are devastating. At first, the narcissist sweeps you off your feet in what's known as the idealization phase. This is when they flood you with affection, compliments, and seemingly endless attention, making you feel like you've found the person who truly sees and values you. It's intoxicating, and for a moment, it feels real. But that warmth and charm are calculated, a tactic to disarm and enmesh you emotionally. Once they sense they've secured your trust and affection, the mask begins to slip, revealing the devaluation phase. Here, the narcissist's adoration turns into cruelty. They belittle you, criticize you, and exploit your vulnerabilities, leaving you questioning your worth and even your sense of reality. You start walking on eggshells, desperately trying to avoid their wrath but never succeeding. And just when you're most fragile, when they've drained you of self-confidence and emotional strength, the discard phase hits. Without warning, they abandon you, whether physically or emotionally, and move on, often with shocking ease, to their next unsuspecting target. Imagine Sarah, a bright, independent woman who fell for Mark, a charming and attentive man. At first, he was everything she ever wanted: supportive, affectionate, and seemingly perfect. But as months passed, Sarah began noticing subtle criticisms. "You're so sensitive," he'd say when she expressed hurt. Gradually, those remarks turned sharper. Mark's support vanished, replaced by unpredictable outbursts and manipulative games that left Sarah doubting herself. When he abruptly left, for someone else, Sarah was shattered, not just because of the betrayal, but because she felt she'd lost herself in the process. What Sarah didn't know was that she had been ensnared in the classic cycle of narcissistic abuse, a cycle designed to strip her of her sense of self and make her dependent on Mark's approval. But here's the Stoic secret that narcissists never expect you to discover. Your power lies in seeing their games for what they are and stepping off their roller coaster. Narcissists thrive on your confusion and emotional turmoil. The moment you recognize their tactics, you disrupt their control. Instead of craving their validation, you begin to find strength within yourself. What if, like Sarah, you decided to rebuild your sense of self? What if you took back the narrative, grounded yourself in what is real, and refused to let their manipulation define you? Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." That's the core of the Stoic mindset. The narcissist's grip on you weakens when you stop reacting to their provocations and start focusing on your internal resilience. Now, think about what it would mean to break free, truly free. To stop replaying the false promises of the idealization phase and instead embrace the clarity that comes from self-awareness. Ask yourself, who are you outside the identity the narcissist tried to impose on you? By understanding the cycle of abuse, you can arm yourself with the knowledge to avoid falling into similar patterns in the future. You can also cultivate what Stoics call apatheia, a state of inner calm where external turmoil no longer has the power to shake you. This isn't about suppressing your emotions, it's about mastering them, so you respond with wisdom rather than react in pain. The lesson here is clear. Understanding the cycle of narcissistic abuse is the first step to escaping it, but the true victory lies in rebuilding yourself. Your worth is not defined by the approval of others, especially not by someone who seeks to manipulate and harm you. Instead, it is defined by your ability to remain true to yourself, to grow stronger in adversity, and to embrace the freedom of living authentically. Narcissists may regret losing their control over you, but their regret pales in comparison to the joy and fulfillment you'll feel when you reclaim your life. So are you ready to take that step? To harness the Stoic secrets of resilience and fortify your inner strength against any storm? Your journey begins with the choice to rise, to see clearly, and to thrive. Number 3. How narcissists manipulate and control. Narcissists are master manipulators, using a complex array of psychological tactics to dominate and control their victims. Among their most insidious methods is emotional blackmail, where they weaponize your empathy and compassion against you. They craft narratives that make you feel guilty for prioritizing your well-being or setting healthy boundaries. By doing so, they trap you in a cycle of self-doubt and compliance, twisting your sense of responsibility to revolve around their happiness and success. This manipulation often feels suffocating, as it erodes your ability to separate their needs from your own autonomy. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Narcissists aim to control your reactions, but awareness of this tactic can help you reclaim your agency. In modern Stoicism, recognizing how others exploit our emotional vulnerabilities is the first step toward liberation. Another tactic narcissists employ is gaslighting, a cruel distortion of reality designed to make you doubt your perceptions. They will insist events you vividly recall never happened, or frame your emotions as irrational and excessive. This gradual dismantling of your confidence is deeply disorienting, leaving you unsure of what is real. The goal of gaslighting is to undermine your sense of self so completely that you depend on them for validation. This aligns with the Stoic principle that truth and perception are central to a rational life. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Understanding that your perception matters more than their manipulation allows you to anchor yourself in reality, no matter how much they attempt to destabilize you. Narcissists also excel at playing the victim, a strategy that allows them to shift blame while evoking sympathy from others. By presenting themselves as the one who has been wronged, they deflect accountability and manipulate bystanders into taking their side. This tactic is particularly dangerous because it isolates their victims further, creating a social environment where speaking out feels futile. Modern Stoicism teaches us the importance of focusing on what we can control, including our own integrity. When confronted with a narcissist's victimhood narrative, remember the words of Seneca: "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Resist the impulse to react defensively and focus instead on preserving your own character and composure. Isolation is another weapon in the narcissist's arsenal, designed to sever your connections with supportive friends, family, and communities. By cutting you off from your network, they make you increasingly dependent on them for emotional and sometimes even physical support. This deliberate strategy of control mirrors a broader Stoic teaching about the importance of maintaining strong, virtuous relationships as a foundation for resilience. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not waste the remainder of your life in thoughts about others. when you do not refer your thoughts to some object of common utility. Reconnecting with supportive individuals and seeking environments that foster growth and strength are vital steps in resisting this tactic. Recognizing these methods, emotional blackmail, gaslighting, victim playing, and isolation, is the first step to reclaiming your life. Once you see through these strategies, you begin to detach from the narcissist's influence. In doing so, you embody the Stoic virtue of courage, choosing to stand firm in your truth despite their attempts to shake your foundation. Modern Stoicism offers practical tools for resisting manipulation, emphasizing the importance of rational thought, emotional mastery, and independence. By applying these principles, you not only resist narcissistic control, but also cultivate inner strength that will serve you in every aspect of life. Breaking free from a narcissist requires both self-awareness and persistence. It means learning to trust your instincts again, rebuilding your sense of self, and reconnecting with the people and passions that bring you joy. As you navigate this journey, let the Stoic adage, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," guide you. The fear of leaving may seem overwhelming, but every small step you take toward freedom is a victory. Embrace the path with resilience, knowing that regaining control over your life is the ultimate triumph over those who sought to diminish it. Number 4. Why narcissists never expected you to heal. Narcissists, consumed by their relentless desire for control, often believe they hold the power to emotionally and mentally shatter their victims, leaving them in despair and dependency. They thrive on the assumption that the trauma they inflict will irreparably damage their targets. Yet this belief is merely a projection of their own inadequacies. Unable to heal or grow themselves, narcissists fail to grasp the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit, which thrives in adversity. Marcus Aurelius's words, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. Remind us that healing begins from within, beyond the reach of any external force, including a narcissist's manipulations. Modern Stoicism teaches that adversity is not an end, but an opportunity to build resilience, turning pain into strength. For victims of narcissistic abuse, healing is not just recovery. It's a transformative rediscovery of self-worth, identity, and purpose. Narcissists assume their tactics will leave lasting scars, but these wounds often become the foundation for empowerment and growth. Many survivors find themselves rebuilding their lives, becoming stronger and more self-aware than ever before. Narcissists fail to predict the power of self-education and reflection, tools that dismantle their manipulations and expose the fragile basis of their control. As Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. Choosing growth and resilience over despair shifts the balance of power, leaving narcissists powerless as survivors reclaim their agency and dignity. A surprising blow to a narcissist's control is the victim's ability to find strength through connection, learning, and self-reflection. Narcissists isolate their victims, believing they can sever ties to supportive relationships and leave them wholly dependent. Yet survivors who seek understanding communities, educate themselves on narcissistic behaviors, and reflect on their own needs uncover a reservoir of inner strength. The healing journey becomes a declaration of independence, dismantling the narcissist's illusion of dominance. Seneca's observation, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body," captures this transformation, as survivors not only recover but develop a resilience that protects them from future harm. Detachment, both emotional and physical, is another powerful step that narcissists never anticipate. By removing oneself from their influence, victims reclaim their freedom and deny narcissists the drama and emotional energy they crave. This act aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what lies within our control and releasing what does not. Epictetus's advice, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid," reminds us to embrace temporary discomfort for long-term peace and growth. Walking away from a narcissist, even in the face of their anger, is a bold declaration of self-respect and liberation, marking the end of their influence. Healing after narcissistic abuse transcends recovery. It is a powerful transformation that defies the narcissist's expectations. The pain they inflict becomes the foundation for strength, clarity, and empowerment. Survivors often find a renewed sense of purpose and fulfillment, building lives that far surpass what narcissists could ever imagine for them. This transformation reveals the ultimate failure of the narcissist, their inability to break the human spirit. Modern Stoicism reinforces this perspective, teaching that even the most profound challenges can be reframed as opportunities for growth. By focusing on what lies within their power, survivors cultivate an unshakable strength that no external force can diminish. Defeating a narcissist is not about revenge, but about reclaiming control of your life, protecting your peace, and embracing personal growth. Rising above their manipulations and thriving in a life of your own making leaves them powerless and trapped in their own illusions. This victory is not just a triumph for the survivor, but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a force narcissists could never understand or diminish. Moving forward, stronger and more fulfilled, you embody the principles of Stoic wisdom, proving that no manipulation can overpower a determined and healed heart. Which part of this journey resonated with you the most? Was it recognizing a narcissist's tactics by commenting, "I saw through their game," redefining your self-worth by commenting, "I'm rebuilding my self-confidence," or accepting, healing, and moving forward by commenting, "I'm reclaiming my life"? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. And don't stop now. There's a lot more insight to come, especially the upcoming healing and overcoming sexual abuse section filled with powerful strategies to help you heal. And Number 4. Why narcissists never expected you to heal. Narcissists, consumed by their relentless desire for control, often believe they hold the power to emotionally and mentally shatter their victims, leaving them in despair and dependency. They thrive on the assumption that the trauma they inflict will irreparably damage their targets. Yet this belief is merely a projection of their own inadequacies. Unable to heal or grow themselves, narcissists fail to grasp the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit which thrives in adversity. Marcus Aurelius's words, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength," remind us that healing begins from within, beyond the reach of any external force, including a narcissist's manipulations. Modern Stoicism teaches that adversity is not an end, but an opportunity to build resilience, turning pain into strength. For victims of narcissistic abuse, healing is not just recovery. It's a transformative rediscovery of self-worth, identity, and purpose. Narcissists assume their tactics will leave lasting scars, but these wounds often become the foundation for empowerment and growth. Many survivors find themselves rebuilding their lives, becoming stronger and more self-aware than ever before. Narcissists fail to predict the power of self-education and reflection, tools that dismantle their manipulations and expose the fragile basis of their control. As Epictetus wisely noted, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Choosing growth and resilience over despair shifts the balance of power, leaving narcissists powerless as survivors reclaim their agency and dignity. A surprising blow to a narcissist's control is the victim's ability to find strength through connection, learning, and self-reflection. Narcissists isolate their victims, believing they can sever ties to supportive relationships and leave them wholly dependent. Yet, survivors who seek understanding communities, educate themselves on narcissistic behaviors, and reflect on their own needs, uncover a reservoir of inner strength. The healing journey becomes a declaration of independence, dismantling the narcissist's illusion of dominance. Seneca's observation, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body," captures this transformation, as survivors not only recover, but develop a resilience that protects them from future harm. Detachment, both emotional and physical, is another powerful step that narcissists never anticipate. By removing oneself from their influence, victims reclaim their freedom and deny narcissists the drama and emotional energy they crave. healing and moving on from narcissistic abuse. To begin your healing journey, it is essential to understand the impact of abuse and how it shapes your emotions, thoughts, and actions. Once you recognize and embrace the dynamics of narcissistic behavior, the next step is to focus on yourself, rebuilding your inner strength, rediscovering your self-worth, and finding ways to move forward with resilience and purpose. These steps will not only help you move past your pain, but they will also open the door to redefining your life and future. Let's dive right in. Number 1. Breaking the trauma bond. Breaking free from the trauma bond in a narcissistic relationship is one of the most challenging yet transformative journeys you can undertake. The trauma bond is a psychological chain forged by the manipulative mix of affection and abuse, the narcissist's calculated strategy to keep you tethered to their control. Imagine being in a cycle where fleeting moments of love and validation are followed by cruelty and neglect, leaving you confused, desperate, and dependent on their approval. It's not unlike being addicted to a volatile substance, where you crave the highs while enduring the devastating lows. The first step toward liberation is recognizing this cycle for what it is: a web of manipulation designed to disorient and trap you. Once you can identify the trauma bond, you begin to see the relationship through a lens of clarity rather than one clouded by emotional attachment. This is the moment when you reclaim your perspective, realizing that the whirlwind of idealization and devaluation is not love, but control. Consider Jake, a man who spent years in a toxic relationship with Mia, a narcissist who alternated between praising his every move and tearing him down when he least expected it. Mia's unpredictable behavior kept Jake constantly guessing, hoping for the return of the kind and loving partner he believed she was in the beginning. The trauma bond made it nearly impossible for him to leave, as every small act of kindness from Mia reignited his hope and silenced his doubts. But one day, Jake began to question the pattern. Why did he feel so unworthy in her presence? Why was he constantly trying to prove himself to someone who seemed to take pleasure in his pain? Armed with this new awareness, Jake took the bold step of going no contact, blocking her on all platforms and cutting ties entirely. The initial silence felt unbearable, but with time, Jake began to rebuild himself, discovering who he was outside of Mia's shadow. This is the essence of what the narcissist never thought you would do: recognize their manipulation and sever the bond that keeps you under their control. It's not easy. It requires immense courage to break free from someone who has conditioned you to doubt your worth. But the moment you step away, you begin to see the truth. You are not defined by their treatment of you. The Stoic secrets to overcoming a trauma bond lie in mastering your emotions and focusing on what you can control. By practicing emotional detachment, you regain power over your life. Cutting all communication, the no-contact rule, is not an act of spite but a boundary that protects your peace and allows for healing. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The narcissist thrives on your emotional reactions, but when you remove yourself from their game, they lose their hold. Healing from a trauma bond takes time, patience, and self-compassion. It's a process of rediscovering your value and rewriting the narrative the narcissist imposed on you. How often do we forget to ask ourselves, who am I without their influence? What do I want my life to look like? By seeking therapy, connecting with supportive friends or groups, and engaging in self-reflection, you begin to rebuild your foundation. Like Jake, you can reclaim your emotional freedom and see the person in the mirror as whole, capable, and deserving of love that doesn't come with conditions or pain. The question is, are you ready to take back your power? Are you willing to embrace the truth and walk the path to freedom, no matter how difficult it may seem at first? The narcissist may regret losing their grip on you, but that regret is nothing compared to the profound strength and peace you'll gain by breaking free. The Stoic secret to overcoming their influence is this: you control your response, your boundaries, and your growth. The trauma bond can be broken, and in doing so, you will discover a life that is authentically yours. Number 2. Taking back control. Reclaiming control after enduring narcissistic abuse is a powerful act of self-liberation, allowing you to redefine your life on your own terms with clarity and resilience. Narcissists thrive on control, manipulating boundaries and emotions to dominate their victims, often distorting their very sense of identity. Breaking free is not just an escape from toxicity, it's the start of a transformative journey towards self-discovery and empowerment. A crucial first step is reestablishing boundaries, clear, firm lines that protect your emotional and mental space. Boundaries are both a shield and a declaration of your self-worth, giving you control over who has access to your inner life. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. In modern Stoicism, boundaries represent the wisdom of safeguarding your peace and rationality against external harm. Rediscovering what brings you joy is equally essential in this process, as narcissistic relationships often suppress personal passions and individuality. The narcissist's need to center attention on themselves may have stifled your authentic self, but now is the time to reignite that inner spark. Whether you revisit an old hobby, explore new skills, or simply allow yourself the freedom to dream again, these activities restore a sense of purpose and reaffirm who you truly are. Epictetus wisely observed, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Pursuing what aligns with your values not only brings happiness but also reclaims your identity, signaling that your life is your own to shape. Prioritizing mental and physical health is another cornerstone of regaining control, as the scars of narcissistic abuse require attention and care to heal. Self-care practices like meditation, therapy, journaling, or physical exercise rebuild your inner peace and physical vitality, creating a strong foundation for resilience. These aren't indulgences, they are necessities, affirming your worth and the importance of nurturing yourself. Stoicism emphasizes harmony within, and Seneca's advice offers timeless wisdom. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. In modern Stoicism, self-improvement is a lifelong journey, reminding us that resilience grows stronger through deliberate action and self-awareness. A pivotal part of healing is dismantling the negative narratives imposed by the narcissist. These falsehoods, designed to weaken and control you, must be replaced with affirmations of your true value, that you are capable, resilient, and deserving of love. These distortions were projections of the narcissist's own insecurities, not a reflection of your worth. Rewriting these narratives is liberating, allowing you to see yourself clearly for the first time in years. Seneca's insight, "No, man can have a peaceful life who thinks too much about lengthening it," underscores the importance of letting go of past mental burdens. Each harmful belief you confront brings you closer to living in truth, free from the narcissist's distortions. Reclaiming control means embracing your power to shape your destiny. Your past, though painful, does not define you. Instead, it reflects your strength and capacity for growth. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a declaration of independence from the shadow of narcissistic influence. By prioritizing your autonomy and values, you forge a path toward authenticity and fulfillment. This is where modern Stoicism shines, teaching that true freedom comes not from external circumstances, but from cultivating inner strength and wisdom. As you rebuild your life, you reaffirm that it is yours to design, with endless possibilities, awaiting your courage to explore them. Each day offers a chance to grow, heal, and reclaim your rightful place as the author of your story, living not for others, but in alignment with your truest self. Number 3. The power of self-love and healing. Self-love is one of the most powerful and transformative tools for healing after enduring narcissistic abuse. Narcissists systematically tear down your self-esteem, leaving you feeling unworthy, powerless, and even trapped in their toxic narrative. Yet the path to reclaiming your life and autonomy begins with rediscovering your inherent worth and embracing self-compassion. Healing requires creating space for yourself, understanding that progress is not linear, and accepting that setbacks are a natural part of the journey. Some days will bring clarity and strength, while others may feel heavy with the residue of past pain. Marcus Aurelius's wisdom: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, reminds us that true recovery stems from the strength within. Embracing this perspective allows you to approach healing with patience and gentleness, knowing that self-love is a process of continual growth and reflection. Modern Stoicism echoes this wisdom, encouraging us to focus on cultivating inner resilience over seeking external approval, a foundational mindset for rebuilding after narcissistic harm. An essential aspect of this journey is rewriting the negative. Narratives instilled by the narcissist and affirmations serve as a powerful tool in this process. Repeating positive affirmations such as, "I am worthy of love," "I deserve happiness," and "I am strong," gradually rewires the subconscious mind, replacing harmful beliefs with empowering truths. These daily practices may feel small at first, but can lead to profound shifts in how you view yourself and your capabilities. Alongside affirmations, setting boundaries becomes a vital act of self-respect and self-love. Boundaries communicate that you value yourself enough to protect your peace and energy. They serve as a declaration of the treatment you are willing to accept and help establish healthier relationships moving forward. As Epictetus wisely noted, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. By recognizing your worth and upholding your boundaries, you create a life where kindness, respect, and fulfillment become non-negotiable elements. Another key pillar of healing is self-forgiveness, a liberating act that releases you from the guilt and shame often imposed by narcissistic abuse. Narcissists excel at shifting blame, leaving their victims feeling responsible for the chaos and mistreatment they endured. However, recognizing that the abuse was never your fault is a profound realization that unlocks the door to freedom. Forgiving yourself is not about excusing the narcissist's actions. It is about choosing to let go of the guilt they unfairly placed on you. As Seneca wisely observed, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. By forgiving yourself, you close the painful chapter of blame and self-doubt and step into a new phase of empowerment and healing. This act of self-love clears the emotional debris left by the narcissist, allowing you to move forward with clarity and purpose. Healing is not solely about addressing the wounds of the past, but also about building a future rooted in self-worth and resilience. By cultivating self-love, you develop a protective shield against future harm, ensuring that you no longer fall prey to manipulation or toxicity. This transformation empowers you to navigate life's challenges with confidence, teaching you to prioritize your well-being and value over others' demands or expectations. Modern Stoicism teaches us the importance of focusing on what is within our control, and self-love is the ultimate expression of this principle. It enables you to take ownership of your emotions, decisions, and healing journey, reinforcing your ability to thrive independently of external influences. The ultimate triumph of self-love is not merely in the recovery from narcissistic abuse, but in the creation of a life filled with dignity, strength, and joy. Reclaiming your worth is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and its capacity to heal, grow, and flourish despite adversity. As you step into this new chapter, you embody the principles of Stoic wisdom, proving that no manipulation or trauma can eclipse the power of a determined, self-loving heart. This transformation is your greatest victory, an enduring legacy of inner strength and the ultimate counter to the narcissist's attempts to diminish you. With every step forward, you demonstrate the boundless potential of a life guided by self-respect, self-compassion, and the enduring philosophy of modern Stoicism. What's the most important step for you in moving forward after narcissistic abuse? Comment below with your choice: breaking the trauma bond, or rebuilding self-love, or setting healthy boundaries. Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to watch until the end of the video, where we'll share 3 transformative insights that can completely reshape your journey toward healing and empowerment. You won't want to miss them. Number 4. The importance of education and awareness. The path to healing from narcissistic abuse begins with one of the most powerful tools at your disposal: education. Understanding the dynamics of narcissistic behavior is like turning on a light in a dark room. You begin to see the patterns, the manipulation, and the tactics clearly for what they are. Many survivors of narcissistic abuse find themselves grappling with confusion, guilt, and self-doubt, wondering how they became entangled in such a harmful dynamic. This is where knowledge becomes not just freeing, but transformative. By learning about behaviors like gaslighting, love bombing, and emotional manipulation, you can piece together the fragmented puzzle of your experience. Narcissists are masters of creating chaos and ambiguity, keeping you guessing and questioning yourself. But when you educate yourself about their traits and tactics, the veil is lifted. You see the reality that their behavior was never about your worth, but about their inability to empathize or truly connect. Think of Ella, a teacher who lived through years of psychological manipulation by her partner. At first, she thought the problem was her, that she wasn't good enough or doing enough to make things work. But everything changed when she stumbled upon a book on narcissistic behavior. Each page felt like a revelation. Suddenly, the love bombing that swept her off her feet and the relentless criticism that followed made sense. The cycle wasn't her fault. It was a calculated pattern designed to control her. Armed with this new awareness, Ella began to take steps to reclaim her life. She set boundaries, sought therapy, and even started sharing her story to help others. This knowledge didn't just heal her. It empowered her to prevent such a relationship from happening again. This is the step that narcissists never expect you to take: educating yourself and becoming aware of their manipulative tactics. They rely on your confusion, your lack of clarity, and your fear. But when you start learning the Stoic secrets of resilience and self-mastery, their power over you begins to crumble. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Education transforms your thoughts, replacing confusion with understanding and self-doubt with confidence." When you understand what narcissistic abuse looks like, you can spot the red flags early, ensuring you never fall into their trap again. But education doesn't stop with understanding their behavior. It extends to rebuilding your self-worth. Narcissists often leave their victims questioning their value, but the truth is, their treatment of you was never a reflection of your worth. It was always about their need to dominate and control. Once you see this clearly, you begin to reclaim your narrative. Ask yourself, who are you beyond the labels and roles they tried to impose on you? What passions, dreams, and strengths have you neglected because of their influence? By focusing on these questions, you shift your energy from what they did to you to what you can do for yourself. Sharing what you've learned is another profound way to heal. Survivors often find that educating others not only raises awareness about narcissistic abuse, but also solidifies their own recovery. Whether through conversations, support groups, or even writing, sharing your story becomes a way to transform pain into purpose. Imagine how many lives could be changed because you had the courage to speak out. What lessons might you pass on to someone at the beginning of their journey, someone who feels as lost and broken as you once did? The power of education is that it gives you tools, not just to heal, but to protect yourself and others from falling victim to narcissistic manipulation again. By investing in your understanding, you take back control of your life, your voice, and your peace. Are you ready to turn that knowledge into action? To reclaim not just who you were, but to evolve into someone even stronger? Remember, the narcissist's greatest regret is losing control over someone who grows beyond their grasp. The Stoic secrets of strength and awareness teach us that while you can't change the past, you can always change how you respond to it, and that is where your true power lies. Number 5. Building a healthy future. Building a healthy future after healing from narcissistic abuse is a profound act of transformation one that reclaims your life with renewed purpose, resilience, and deep self-love. Healing is not just about severing ties with the toxic influences of the past, but about actively creating a life that aligns with your core values, aspirations, and dreams. This journey begins with setting new realistic goals that reflect the person you have become, a person shaped by growth and resilience, not by pain or past limitations. These goals can range from personal development and career advancement to fostering meaningful relationships, but they must always be rooted in the foundation of your newly discovered self-worth and empowerment. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Modern Stoicism calls on us to move beyond past constraints and to live intentionally, prioritizing integrity, action, and progress over dwelling on what was. Equally vital to building a brighter future is prioritizing your emotional well-being. The practices that helped you heal, whether therapy, journaling, mindfulness meditation, or physical self-care, remain crucial for maintaining your inner peace and resilience. These practices are not just tools for recovery, but essential habits for life, offering a consistent way to nurture your mental and emotional health. Surrounding yourself with a supportive network of friends and family who genuinely care for your well-being reinforces this emotional foundation. Healthy relationships are cornerstones of personal growth, as they inspire and uplift you rather than deplete your energy. Rebuilding these connections may require patience and discernment, but it is a vital step toward creating a fulfilling, emotionally rich life. Epictetus reminds us, "The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." Modern Stoicism emphasizes the importance of curating relationships and environments that align with your growth and help you thrive. Another essential component of crafting a healthy future is learning to embrace change. Growth often demands letting go of old habits, attachments, and patterns that no longer serve you. As you heal, your perspective naturally evolves, and you may find that certain things you once prioritized no longer hold the same value. This process can feel uncomfortable, as it challenges the familiar, but it is a necessary part of stepping into your authentic self. When viewed as a partner in growth, rather than an adversary, change becomes a powerful ally that enables you to break free from old constraints. Seneca captured this sentiment perfectly. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Embracing these shifts with courage and adaptability paves the way for a life filled with self-love, empowerment, and new opportunities. Building a healthy future is about reclaiming your right to happiness and fulfillment, crafting a life that reflects your values, strengths, and resilience. This requires deliberate choices to prioritize your well-being, embrace change, and cultivate relationships and environments that bring positivity and growth into your life. The path forward may not always be straightforward, but each step you take is a victory over the shadows of the past and a declaration of your strength. Remember, the goal is not perfection, but progress. A continuous journey toward a life that feels authentic and true to who you are. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true freedom comes from within, from the choices we make and the perspective we cultivate. By intentionally designing your future, you ensure that your story is not defined by the actions of a narcissist, but by your courage to rise, rebuild, and thrive. Each day becomes an opportunity to grow, heal, and craft a life uniquely your own, one that stands as a testament to your strength and the transformative power of resilience. Number 6. Redefining your worth. Redefining your worth after narcissistic abuse is one of the most empowering and transformative steps you can take toward healing. Narcissists are adept at dismantling self-esteem, using manipulation and gaslighting to make their victims question their value and place in the world. Their words and actions are designed to create a sense of unworthiness, trapping you in a cycle of self-doubt. However, the true measure of your worth has never been and will never be dictated by the narcissist's treatment of you. Marcus Aurelius's timeless words. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Remind us that our worth is determined by our own perspective, not the judgments of others. Modern Stoicism offers a path to reclaim this inner strength by teaching us to focus on our inherent value and detach from the harmful narratives imposed by external forces. The first step in redefining your worth is acknowledging both the damage caused and your capacity to overcome it. This process requires facing the pain inflicted by the narcissist, while recognizing the remarkable resilience you've displayed in surviving it. Each small victory on your healing journey, whether it's setting a boundary, embracing self-care, or challenging negative self-talk, is a testament to your strength. As Epictetus observed, it's not what happens to you but how you react to it that matters. By choosing to respond with courage and determination, you begin to rebuild a sense of self that cannot be shaken by the actions of others. Healing is not a linear process and setbacks are natural, but every step forward reinforces the truth that your worth is unassailable and independent of external validation. Establishing healthy boundaries is a powerful declaration of your value and an essential part of redefining your worth. Boundaries communicate what you will and won't tolerate, sending a clear message to others about how you expect to be treated. They also serve as a reminder to yourself that your well-being is a priority. When you enforce these boundaries, you reclaim control over your life and protect yourself from future toxicity. As Seneca wisely stated, "No man is free who is not master of himself." By defining and upholding boundaries, you assert mastery over your life and create space for healthier, more fulfilling relationships that honor your worth. Another key component of redefining your worth is cultivating self-love, which involves treating yourself with the same kindness and compassion you would offer a loved one. This means recognizing your strengths, appreciating your unique qualities, and refusing to internalize the negative narratives imposed by the narcissist. Daily practices such as journaling, positive affirmations, and gratitude exercises can help reinforce a sense of self-worth. Repeating statements like "I am enough," "I deserve respect," and "I am capable of great things" may feel foreign at first but can have a profound impact on reshaping your mindset over time. Surrounding yourself with supportive, uplifting people is equally important. They can reflect back the worth and potential you may struggle to see in yourself. Modern Stoicism reminds us to seek environments and relationships that align with our values, emphasizing that our energy is best invested in connections that nurture rather than diminish us. Redefining your worth also requires letting go of the guilt and shame often instilled by narcissistic abuse. Narcissists excel at making their victims feel responsible for the mistreatment they endured, but the reality is that the abuse was never your fault. Recognizing this truth is liberating and paves the way for self-forgiveness. As Seneca said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." By forgiving yourself, you close the chapter of blame and embrace a new narrative of empowerment and growth. This act of self-compassion allows you to release the emotional weight imposed by the narcissist and move forward with clarity and confidence. As you redefine your worth, remember that you are not a product of the narcissist's abuse, but a unique, valuable individual with limitless potential. Your experiences, though painful, do not define you. Instead, they serve as stepping stones toward becoming a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. This process is not just about recovering what was lost, but about creating a foundation of self-worth that is unshakable. Modern Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and beliefs, and to let go of the judgments and behaviors of others. By embodying this principle, you reclaim your power and create a life rooted in love, respect, and authenticity. Redefining your worth is about embracing the truth that you are deserving of happiness, respect, and fulfillment. This transformation not only heals the wounds inflicted by the narcissist, but also empowers you to live a life of dignity and joy. It is a journey of rediscovery, one where you reclaim the narrative of your life and rise above the shadows of the past. With every step forward, you prove that your worth is not dictated by anyone else but is an intrinsic part of who you are, a truth that no one, not even a narcissist, can ever take away. Are you ready to take the first step to reclaiming your power and redefining your future? Comment below with "I'm committed" or "I'm ready" to show your commitment. And don't stop there. Watch until the end, where we reveal one final game-changing insight that promises to transform your healing journey. You won't want to miss it. Number 7. Moving forward with purpose. Moving forward after narcissistic abuse is about reclaiming your life with strength, clarity, and intention. It's not just about surviving, it's about thriving, about stepping into a future where your past no longer defines you. To begin this journey, you need to set clear intentions. Ask yourself, what do you truly want your life to look like? What kind of relationships do you want to nurture? And what are your personal and professional goals? Writing down these intentions helps create a vision that becomes your compass, guiding you toward a fulfilling life. At the same time, one of the most liberating steps you can take is forgiving yourself. Many survivors of narcissistic abuse carry guilt or shame, believing they should have seen the red flags earlier or acted differently. But let me remind you, this was not your fault. The manipulation you endured was calculated and deliberate. By forgiving yourself, you release the hold of the past and embrace the freedom to move forward. Let's take the story of David, for instance. After years of enduring his ex-partner's controlling behavior, David found himself feeling stuck, even after the relationship ended. He couldn't stop replaying the moments when he thought he could have done something differently. But one day, during a walk in the park, he had a moment of clarity. He asked himself, "Why am I holding on to blame for someone else's actions?" That realization marked the beginning of his healing journey. David started setting small but meaningful goals, rebuilding friendships, exploring new hobbies, and creating a routine that nourished his well-being. Over time, he replaced self-doubt with self-compassion, understanding that his strength was in how he chose to rise from the experience. As you move forward, surrounding yourself with positivity is vital. Seek environments, people, and experiences that support your growth. This could mean joining a community of like-minded individuals, pursuing a passion you've put on hold, or simply spending time with those who uplift you. Be mindful of avoiding toxic individuals who may bring negativity back into your life. Remember, you have the right to protect your peace. Embracing the progress you've made is another essential step. Look at how far you've come, how resilient you've proven yourself to be. Recognize that every step forward, no matter how small, is a testament to your strength and capability. You are worthy of love and respect, not just from others, but most importantly from yourself. This is also where the wisdom of Stoicism becomes a powerful ally. One of the Stoic secrets that can guide you is the idea that external events don't define us. It's our reaction to them that shapes our character. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Moving forward means giving yourself permission to experience joy, peace, and fulfillment without guilt. It's about living with purpose, understanding that while you cannot change the past, you have full control over the present and the future. Reflect on this. What can you do today that aligns with the life you want to create? How can you take one step closer to a future where fear and confusion are replaced by confidence and clarity? In choosing to move forward, you take back the narrative of your life. You are no longer defined by the manipulation you endured, but by the resilience you've cultivated. Every decision you make toward growth, every boundary you set, and every moment you allow yourself to experience happiness is a powerful act of defiance against the pain you once knew. The narcissist never thought you would rise above their control, but here you are, stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever. The Stoic secrets of self-mastery teach us that we hold the pen to our life story, and the next chapter is yours to write. So, what will your next step be? Will you move forward with purpose, knowing that you have the strength to overcome anything that comes your way? The answer lies in your hands, and it's a beautiful, limitless possibility. As we close, remember that healing from a narcissistic relationship is more than a challenge. It's an opportunity to reclaim your power and embrace personal growth. By recognizing the signs, understanding the tactics, and taking deliberate steps to heal, you're writing a new chapter of strength and self-discovery. Celebrate the courage it took to break free and the resilience you're building every day. You deserve peace, love, and happiness. And this journey is proof of your incredible inner strength. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. What steps have you taken to rediscover your worth and find happiness after hardship? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your story and connect with you. Together, let's continue growing and inspiring each other.